What do you know about being off-grid, Ian?
Like off the grid, like weirdo living in like a bunker preparing for like zombie attack type stuff.
Not that you had any opinions about
Well,
it.
aggravated Ian's AI, right?
AI is on the scene. We have activated AI, and he
I don't know. When I think of that, I think it's weird.
Only demeaned and belittled a small portion of our friends and audience.
But that's what I think of when I think of off the grid. I mean, that's what they're portrayed as on TV shows and in movies, and like that's what I have to go. I don't know anybody that lives.
I read an article yesterday about a family that escaped some political persecution in the former Soviet Union and lived off-grid in the remote Siberian wilderness and missed like 60 years of public life, like didn't know World War II happened. I think they were fine. And like most of the responses were not like, oh my gosh, so sad they didn't know. They were like,
is it
pretty great? You know, like I missed the whole war. Now, as a Christ follower, I don't want to be totally isolated from society. I have a purpose for my life, and it's not just my escape from hard things, but there's some appeal. I'm not so negative on it like you guys.
What are you describing though?
Okay.
So what we're describing is like
off the electricity grid.
Like living like bunker with just cans of food preparing for the world to end. That like when I say living off the like that's what I'm picturing.
Okay, so here's what I would say. I am more favorable to even the things you're saying, but I'm also saying we help a lot of people achieve a version of this goal. Now, in theory, off the grid means off the electrical grid. So people broaden that to mean like off of dependence on anyone else, public systems. Like I get my water from a well instead of I get my water from the city sewer. I get my power from solar, or I don't need power instead of getting it from the electrical grid. I get my food from my garden or my animals instead of the supermarket. That is, generally speaking, when people say like an off-grid lifestyle, it's kind of a homesteading, I think most people in the United States, if they say off-grid by percentage, most of them mean like somewhat off-grid, more off-grid. Now, because we specialize in small acreage properties and getting a little bit of land with your house, we work with a lot of the people that are the semi, not even really, they're not saying off-grid, they're just saying like, I'd like to slow down a little bit. I'd like to fix a few of my own things. I'd like to not leave the house and go be entertained elsewhere so much and sort of connect and entertain and host and connect here,
So that I agree with. And that's different to what I understand. Describing.
I understand. I did want to clarify that.
There is an appeal for that though, because I know that we are definitely not that way. Like I'm not a handyman. I'm not a fixer-upper. Like I cook for what I buy and stuff like that. We don't have a guy like that's that, and that's fine. But man, it's nice when we go away and like no one's on the phones as much and no one's on the tablets as much, and it's a little bit more relaxed and you're in a little bit more nature. Like Colorado, for example, is beautiful and incredible, and you're going hiking more and walking more. And I'm like, yes, like,
amen.
I love
to
that.
all of it. My point is, I'm not living off grid either. I'm not trying. That's not what I want. But I do have a well. Like if that day came, I would be glad that I had some things. And I think a lot of our clients are more like that. They're like, I'm not looking to not turn the faucet on and have water. I'm not looking to boil, but I do kind of want a little more resiliency and some more options. And I'd like to grow a little bit and maybe raise a few chickens or teach the kids a little bit more about how some things work. And that's not off grid. That's kind of more like escape the gridlock. There's this rumor going around that people could be trapped or handcuffed to the suburbs?
Well, I mean, I guess I wanted to talk to you about how this back to the land movement. Okay. And people
I see what you did there.
Everyone wants out of the suburbs, but no one knows how to get out. And we just feel stuck. And Is it your rate? Is it that you wouldn't even know, or you can't dream of a bigger life? Are our dreams too small, Todd?
Okay, Courtney, I'm going to pause you on everyone and never and no one. I don't think everyone wants out of the suburbs, and I don't think that no one knows what to do. But I get what you're saying. There's real momentum. And there's a lot of people that desire to be on a larger lot, on a little more acreage, maybe a bigger house, maybe just more non-house lot things, pools. And
what about just leveling up?
Yeah.
And that feels like space.
So what I want to speak to, and I think is the root of the question, so I want to make sure I'm getting this right, is a lot of people have that desire, but a lot of them are not fulfilling it. A lot of people kind of want to get a little further out, get a little more space, get a little more privacy, a little more freedom, whatever that is that they desire. But there's a whole bunch of people that have that desire and they're not doing it. I think that's the root of the question. And I like the phrase back to the land, right? So if you're familiar with the back to the land movement, if you went to look it up, you would see references to a back to the land movement in the 60s. You would see a reference to the back to the land movement in the 70s. And then you would see some kind of subtle late 80s movements. And there's a little bit of a back of like a homeschool community back to the land.
Is it like we went too hard in the paint on the sprawling?
Well, I would say there have been several rounds of going too hard in the paint for different things, right? So like in the 2008 market crash, people were going hard in the paint and just bigger house.
Yeah.
Borrow all you can, get all the house you can get, and then, ooh, shoot, maybe I overborrowed or overbought. And we had this little bit of a reset. I think where we are now is more of a cultural lifestyle, anxiety, exhaustion, overwhelm vibe. And a lot of those people are saying things like, man, I don't want to escape my city. I don't want to escape the community or the culture, but man, I'd like to get a little breathing room, a little space, a little tiny slower pace, like a little bit of rest and reprieve and a little retreat, little escape situation. So that's kind of the back to the land movement that I see happening. I think there's people that are like, look, suburbs are fine. I'm not mad at it, but I would really like to get a little more suburban, little more land, a little more space. So speaking to that, there are some people that feel handcuffed by their mortgage rate. They're like, man, I got a 2.8% rate. I don't really want to go do that at 6.5%. And I would say, look, that might be the right decision for you financially, but it also might be the right decision for you, like your mental health, your family, the environment that you're bringing up a family and cultivating a marriage and cultivating friendships and rest and recovery and education and all those things. And I do think, this is going to sound crazy coming from a real estate broker, I do think often people overemphasize the financial terms of homeownership and underemphasize all those other ones. The family bonds, the place of safety and security, the rest, the recovery, the place that you escape, the place that you build relationships, the place that you take care of your health, mental, spiritual, financial, physical, all those things. And so if that's a burning desire for some people, yes, we have strategies and we're often helping buyers right now get into homes at lower rates than they think are possible. And also by negotiating for sellers to buy down and pay for mortgages to be lower for our buyers. We're doing that all the time. Aside from even that, and I'm not saying waste money, but I'm saying let's reevaluate the non-financial value of being in the right home in the right place at the right stage of life for you or your family or your finances or your friends. I understand there are people that are making that decision and it's not a family decision. It's not a financial decision. It's not a marriage decision. I get that. There's a wide array of these decisions and we're not here discriminating in any way. We're here to tell you it's okay to make that decision on the reasons that motivate you, that break your heart, that light you up. And if you feel trapped, whether it's in a condo or the suburbs or the country or anything, let's have a conversation about how we can get you out of that metaphorical trap. If you haven't been to our YouTube channel, our Homes on Land YouTube channel, I basically yell at the beginning of every video and Courtney laughs, "What's up, backyard people?" Because those are my people. There's lots of different kinds of people that are my people. Food people are my people. Church people are my people. Sports people are my people. But backyard people are my people. And so what's up, backyard people? You don't have to be off grid. You don't have to be like super self-sufficient, but like that escape the gridlock thing, that get out of the grind at least for a few hours a day in the evening or in the morning. They want to escape the get up, go to work, come home, sit in traffic, take the kids, wash the dishes, make the dinner, clean up after dinner, get some stuff done, go to bed, boom, do it again. Right? It's like, could there be a little break in there someplace? And it's not easy, but when you have the big backyard, when you have the space, it kind of calls to you. It almost demands like, you've got this, come use it. It'd be silly not to. Let's cook outside a little bit more. Let's go sit in the shade a little bit. Let's go, whatever it is that you do, shoot some hoops, play some pickleball. That's kind of our setup. Go fishing, go sit by the pond. Go eat a fig or an apple. Anyway, that's what we're talking about. If you dream of that, if you're like, man, I would like to escape the gridlock, or even if you, even though Ian came after you, even if you're like, nope, I want to actually be off grid. I want 3 or 4 acres. I want to raise my own food. I want to generate my own power. I want to be fully self-sufficient. Then we can help you with that. And
also, that's not what I was describing.
Yeah.
To be clear.
You were talking about people escaping the world and kind of hiding out.
Correct.
Yes, I got you. But if you want to do those things on, not a giant farm and a ranch, but certainly more than a normal neighborhood lot. Gosh, we have fun helping people do that. We love the space. We love the big backyard. We love all the fun that comes with it. And we can help walk you through some of the work and requirements that come with it and help make that dream a reality for you, or help you decide that maybe that's not what you really want and you just want the biggest lot in the neighborhood, and we can help you with that too. ToddTremontiTeam.com.